to flatten files in PowerPoint 2016, and this is for the window users of Office 2016. There is 2 other videos, one that is covering people that are using Windows but Office 2019 and Office 365, and there's another video for all you Mac users. All of them will either be in the top card at the right hand side, or they'll be down in the description. In fact, they'll be in both areas. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator B, and welcome to my channel where we show you how to make money online with KDP, low content books, and Etsy with new training released every week. So why do you need to actually flatten your files? Now, this only pertains to you if you are creating printables to be sold on either Etsy, Teachers Pay Teachers, or on your own website or Shopify or WooCommerce, one of those, because it is often a license requirement from anybody that provides you clip art. Now, you might not need to do this with public domain images, and you might not need to do it, well, in fact, you don't need to do it if you've created your own clip art, but often the license actually states to flatten this. No, you don't need to do it for KDP, because KDP in its printing process automatically gets flattened. So even if you export a PowerPoint file as a PDF, it is not flattened, and I'm going to show you an example of it not being flattened. So this is a PowerPoint file. All I've done is I've done file export, and I exported it as a PDF. And then once I did that, I went back and opened it up in Adobe Acrobat, and it looks like the images are flattened, but they are not. And I know this because when I went into a graphics package like Affinity Designer, I could actually open up the PDF and I could actually click on all the different parts, the different layers there. So this is not a flattened file. So how do you do it in Office 2016? Well, it's simple. Let's go back. So what do you need to do to flatten them? Let's pop over to PowerPoint and I'll show you the step by step what you need to do. So here we are back at PowerPoint. First thing you need to do is actually check to see if you've got a good DPI on your images. So go File, and in my case I need to go to More, but you should see one that says Options. Then go to Options, click on Advanced, and then make sure that you have high fidelity on here, because that is your highest, or 330 ppi on there. Try and not get any lower than that. So make sure that that is on, click OK. And then what you need to then do is save as, and save it as JPEGs. So I'm going to go all the way down to JPEG, and then I'm going to click Save, and I want to make sure that this is all the slides. So I'm going to click all slides, and I'm going to click OK. So that has been saved in a separate folder. So now what I want to do is I actually want to open a new PowerPoint presentation. So I'm just going to go blank. I'm not going to set any of the designs up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually insert a photo album. So I'm going to go Photo Album, New Photo Album. And then from here, I'm going to insert all my pictures. So this has selected all the pictures that I want. So I'm going to just select them all. And you can either do that with Control A. In fact, you can do that with Control A. I'm that used to working with a Mac. So insert, and then I want to select every single one of them that I want to use. And I'm going to click Create. And it's created me the photo album. So all I need to do is delete. Now, the reason why you're doing a photo album is so that you can get all your pictures in at once, instead of going in and inserting and inserting. Well, we've only got 3 on this file, but if you had, say, 100 files that you needed to do this with, that is why we're using the photo album. So now all I need to do is actually change the size. So I'm going to go to Design, Slide Size. I'm going to go to Custom Slide, and I'm going to do it as a letter paper size, which is 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to make sure it's portrait. Or I could have just simply typed in there the exact figures I wanted. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I get the exact figures by typing it in. Keeping it portrait, click OK. Then I'm going to maximize, because I want to make sure that everything fits in. Maximize, and there we are. Now, if you have a look, everything is one flattened image. So we're going to save that file. In fact, we're going to export it as a PDF. Let me cancel that because I've just moved that out of place. File, export, great. And this time, I'm going to put in downloads. I'm going to call it robots. Robots. I'm going to call it flatten. Flatten. Let me check the options. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to click publish. So that's that, but I want to check to make sure that I can't click on any of these like I can here. So I'm back in Affinity Designer and I'm going to open Robot Flattened, click open. I've got CMYK selected because if I don't, it only comes out grey. So click there. Click here. And now it is not split, as you can see. So that is how you flatten your images. And we can see the difference from the previous one. The only thing you've got to remember when you're flattening these, it flattens everything. It'll flatten any hyperlinks, any URLs or anything like that. So if you don't want your hyperlinks and URLs flattened, what I suggest is you create your flattened version and then add them in afterwards. So if you go insert, let's insert a new slide here, and then let's just put some text in, put my web address to be in there. Highlight it, right click on it, click a link, hyperlink it there, address there, click OK. And then again, if we file and export that new one, export. Do that, publish, yes, paste. Do that because it's open. Flat on one, publish. So now it's opened up. Again, as you see, we can't click anywhere on this, but it's still loading. We can now click on the hyperlink, which will then take us to where we need to go. And that is how you flatten a PowerPoint file and make sure that the PDF is flattened as well. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to hit the little B above my head to subscribe to the channel to be notified about any other videos I make. Also, check out my previous videos on removing color in PowerPoint and masking in PowerPoint.